All right, hello everyone. How are you guys all doing? Welcome in. Thank you for getting all those redeems, guys, and getting me a jelly baby already. How are you all doing tonight? Kiby. Grabbing third. All right. Got the jelly baby. It is really bright orange, so I think it's orange sherbet. All right. Kiby, can I go ahead and switch over to the map now? Or shall I introduce first?
Feel like you should introduce players first.
All right. So, hello and welcome. We've got myself, Akuma Cat, playing along with my friends Joe Stir. And say hi, Joe.
Am I unmuted?
Yes, you are unmuted.
Hello. I'm painting.
You're painting. And then my other friend, Chris.
Hello, everyone.
All right, and then you guys all know Kiby, who will be our, punishing dungeon master.
You're all gonna die!
So, welcome in. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to our D&D window. So, here we go. Ooh.
Just make sure that you hide the address, the web address.
It is hidden, I promise.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I was smart about it.
Why do you have so many fucking tabs open?
Those are actually not open tabs. Those are just, that's my bookmark bar.
Oh, your bookmark bar. Okay.
Those are not the open
tabs.
tabs.
Amount of tabs.
That is not my tab. I promise.
Okay.
Hello, Squidney1233. Welcome in, guys. All right, so this is our first session. So, Kiby, would you like to take it away?
Let me pull my microphone a little bit closer and turn up the gain. There we go. Within the world of Meridia, legends say that the island of Ramdahl was a fairly peaceful place until a strange surge of crackling and twisting magic blew open holes between the planes of existence. I think I can turn that up and make sure it actually... Elementals, fae, fiends, celestials, and more came pouring out of the rifts, causing war to spill out across the land. Allies and enemies formed in an instant, and the landscape began to change, creating a wild environment. Tornadoes raged for weeks on end. Mountains formed and crumbled in an instant, and the island drifted away from the larger mainland of Skeel. The kingdoms that remained after the first few days banded together to try and put their greatest powers and minds together to close the rifts. A great archmage, and lost to time, was able to create gates that could seal away these holes in reality. After 1 month passed, almost all of the creatures vanished in an instant. Many people died trying to subjugate the remaining planar, and the gates have been all but lost to time. Hundreds of years later, and society has rebuilt, and it is flourishing. There's still the odd creature to fight and strange lands to cover, so the adventuring and exploring lifestyle is highly sought after. Remnants of the old civilization can still be found by prospective archaeologists, and you lot have recently found an advertisement stating that an archaeology expert has found a map leading to some kind of temple that they require 6 adventurers to act as an escort from the town of Dryrust through the Jungle of Jardune on an 8-day journey. The reward is 850 gold pieces each, as well as one piece of treasure from the temple, excluding any ancient technology. You are slated to meet your benefactor tomorrow morning to start this journey. Pass their test. Walking through the town of Dryrust, glass artwork adorns each and every house, sparkling in the amber light of the setting sun. Already the hot air is being combated by a cool breeze that blows through town. Air that carries a blend of scents across the town. A refreshing smell of mist that falls from the elevated canal mingles with the faint sweetness of ripe fruits from nearby jungle trees. Let me make sure I have everybody on the scene here. All right. Can you all see?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Occasionally, the sweetness of the ripe fruits overpowers the subtle scent of sun-baked clay and the dry, spicy aroma carried through this small rustic town. The smell of freshly baked bread and spiced meat mingles with hardwood ashes and brings a rumble within your gut. The soothing constant trickle of water backs the melody of town life. Shouts of exuberant merchants selling trinkets made with desert glass and jungle wood in the market. The ringing of wind chimes that hang from the elevated stone. And the clacking of hard leather shoes against the stone path brings a welcome noise of people after trekking through the wasteland of a desert that backs you. Though the gentle rustling of distant leaves from the jungle's edge and the distant roar of a beast acts as a reminder of the wilderness that lies beyond the confines of the sandstone buildings. I would like for all three of you to roll initiative.
Oh god.
You ever remember how to roll initiative?
Try my hardest. Yes. Yes. I remember. Yes.
I don't. Hold on.
No, no, no. It
That's
says
not
that
letting-
there's no combat. Yeah, no combat.
Translation? That's what
Okay,
dice are for.
I do public roll, right? Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Public roll. And then what
See
do
if
I
it
do
works.
now?
Oh, is it like Roll20 where I like forward dash roll and then do that thing?
Yeah, you could also click roll 1d20 and then add your initiative modifiers.
I just rolled an actual die.
That works.
So with
Okay, I am having trouble.
It did it, but also that's bad. I'm scared.
Quite bad.
let me see the chat.
And what did you get?
Oh, let me try it again. Let's see if it works. Roll.
So what do I click on to roll? Do I have to do it in the
I think if I do
comments?
this, then everybody might be able to. So open your character sheet, and if you look underneath your token, it should say initiative. Oh, why is your
Oh, there we
initiative
go.
not
Okay.
configured?
Yep, I found it. Wow, that's terrible.
I also realized apparently in group still.
Yeah, because you're all technically group right now, but with 8, 6, and 12. So this is wonderful. Golby,
Yeah.
as you are traveling through town, after hitting up the Dust Bunny Inn and dropping off your belongings, you are the last one to arrive at the Rusty Tankard. This tavern comes with its own brewery, crafting ale and wine from jungle grasses and fruits. As you pull aside the dust-covered cloth drapes that hang over the entryway, glittering and dancing, pink, cyan, and gold lights float around, slowly gliding through the air. Immediately, you feel a strong chill as you notice a pillar of ice behind the bar, where a muscular, dark-skinned human with one arm made of a moving glass substance is wielding a long, thin blade and shaving flakes of ice off the frozen monolith into a hollowed-out papaya before coating it with fruity syrup and topping it with berries, chunks of fruit, and small white pearls of some kind of bread or cake. A nice dusting of powdered green herb and a beautiful glass spoon is inserted before being handed to Tuk'Tuk. Golby, could you introduce yourself and give us a brief description of your character?
I am Golby Gibertson, performer extraordinaire, master of all instruments. But my favorite instrument on stage is one that you wouldn't expect. Whip. I'm quite proficient with it, and constantly use it to be my metronome to keep time while performing on stage.
And
My
what
art
instrument
skill-
might that be?
Well, I'm skilled in many, but my favorite three, if I had to pick real instruments, would be the viol, the flute, and the war gong. As I like to make quite a scene on stage and keep people captivated. I've found that the war gong really helps center people who have lost their way in the crowd.
Sounds loud. As you glance over, the fruit bowl filled with ice and this delicious sweet syrup is handed to Tuk'Tuk. Tuk'Tuk, you look down and you feel the kind of cold air brush up against your face, which is a nice reprieve from the hot desert sun that you've been trekking and sitting through, much more closely akin to your preferred living space up in the mountains. Can we get a brief description of your character?
My name is Tuk'Tuk. I am a Kenku. I am the tallest a Kenku can be in terms of short height, but I'm also not. I'm four. I think we agreed on 4'6". I am rather very quiet, staring down at my little iced fruit dessert type thing, with a very solemn look on my face, as I remember the cold, harsh winters of my very tragic and bullied past. I have definitely. I feel the cold and let it fuel me, and my hopes for revenge eventually to those who have wronged me. But yeah.
All right. And I love how you left it so vague that no one could even possibly guess what your background or your class is. No possible way that the tragic backstory might indicate what class you are.
Yeah, you
Not
know.
at all.
It's totally not that I have 4 daggers on my body or anything like that, but
No, not at all.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just a little guy.
All right. To the right of the burly-looking human with a glass arm is a fire genasi with their long hair bound tightly by a bright blue headband, forcing the natural swaying and flickering of their hair to rise upwards into the air. They walk a gate that leads to a plate of steaming and sizzling cuts of white meat, coated in a thick red sauce that sends out an overwhelming scent of spices and a salty sweet undertone. A bowl of rice and a plate of flat bread and roasted peppers is brought alongside the tender meat dish and are set down in front of a Githyanki. Yai'ral, if you would like to explain yourself and give a description of your character.
You all see before you a probably average height Githyanki with kind of jade green skin and dark hair with blue tips, studiously leafing through a book. Every once in a while, her sharp, like cyan eyes look up and glance around before going back to her reading. She is a scholar, and she is here for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to study the abnormalities and extraplanar creatures that have been seen occupying this island in heavy density. And so that's why she finds herself here.
Very well. And as Golby, as you look around, many of the seats and tables are already taken up by mostly Genasi, few half-elves, and an elf. One of the tables looks especially rowdy. This kind of dirty-looking half-elf, hair really scraggly and ratty, this kind of scale mail armor, and a quarterstaff and a spear kind of sat up against the table. Looked to be some kind of adventurer. You see them trying to pick the pocket of one of the waitresses that is walking by before his hand is quickly slapped, and you hear an audible yelp as someone who looks at least somewhat related to him, an elf, fine older features, not quite wrinkling, as elves have very perfect skin for a long time, looking heavily disappointed in this younger half elf, and is scolding him. And then the third one at the table, there's this wearing really heavy chainmail armor, bright yellows, whites, and reds, with a long sword and a shield kind of sat next to their table, just pounding drink after drink after drink and laughing at the kind of commotion that the other half-elf at the table is making. You notice Genasi humans that are very ripped, buff, seemingly well equipped for combat or exploration at any particular time. Noticing that there's quite a few adventurers within this tavern for being such a small town. All the seats look full, but luckily, a water Genasi, Tuk'Tuk, the short Kenku, stumbles out of their bar stool, singing a song so poorly that even you, being the, most skilled and versatile of bards, the music is unrecognizable to you as he stumbles out the door and throws up outside.
Classy.
But
that guy, well,
timed, a seat has opened up, and it is next to a couple of people that you do recognize being on a trip through the desert together just the day before.
Well, if it isn't my old friends from that godforsaken carriage.
Ah, the bard. Wasn't sure if I'd be seeing you again.
Oh, so what are you two doing in a dump like this?
Hoping to go on that. Well, the guy pulls out the flyer about detailing the trip into the Jungle of Jardune. I'm intrigued. Plus, it gives me the opportunity to study some of these extraplanar creatures that I've heard about in the area.
Tuk'Tuk has like a full mouth and is just being like, Tuk'Tuk is going there too. Tuk'Tuk needs money.
Well. Quite surprising because I am also on my way to this expedition. Nice to have gotten to know my comrades a little bit before setting out.
It was a profitable skirmish, I suppose. Slightly.
I'm more in
Tuk'Tuk
it to...
appreciates. Tuk'Tuk appreciates everybody setting people.
Well, that's disturbing. Anyways. I'm more interested in showing up some people back home.
Hello there. Sorry to interrupt. But I noticed you took a seat, and I wanted to hand you a menu. I didn't want to interrupt what seemed like a wonderful conversation. The dark-skinned human, hair tied back, though it isn't very long. It kind of creates this little, almost like a pineapple spike on top of their head. As they look at you, the very beautiful and intricate glass arm with these kind of waves of multicolored glass that roll through it almost like muscle fibers, hands you a menu.
Well, thank you, handsome. I'll be sure to let you know if I need anything.
I hope that worked.
It did.
Yes.
Let's go. Well, just flag me down. I'm Taryn. Flag me down if you need anything to eat today.
Sure will.
Tuk'Tuk has a question.
I may
Does
have
God has an answer.
Oh, does Jungle Jewel Fizz have a jewel inside it?
No, it's just the name, though it is as beautiful as looking at a glorious garnet while sitting in our wonderful glass cups, and kind of points over towards the kind of back end of the bar next to the large pillar of ice. You see a myriad of different beautifully designed and intricate looking glassware. Glass not being seen in very many places around Ramdahl. Usually reserved for a bit fancier environments. There's glass everywhere in this teeny tiny town.
Very shiny. Very, very shiny. Like, Tuk'Tuk is kind of just, like, very in awe with all the sparkles. Kind of looks fidgety.
Are you wanting one of the Jungle Jewel fizzes? It's only 4 silver pieces.
Sure. Tuk'Tuk will take one.
Very well. Watch as he grabs, looking at your kind of stature, a short but wide-looking glass with these kind of diamond-like intrusions on the exterior, giving this very interesting texture. Kind of pours in this guava and mashes it together, puts ice on it, throws in the lime juice, and then Wyvern Whisper, this distilled agave spirit, acai juice, some syrup, some sparkling water to top it all off, and it fizzes and bubbles as you watch the beautiful kind of pinky white color that it ends up being, tinted a bit more by the acai juice, that kind of dark purple mixes it all together to be this beautiful, deep red, sparkling and fizzing drink. It like pops a little bit. You see the Terran casts a spell over it, kind of saying these arcane words under their breath, and a little fireworks show begins to appear above it before they insert a glass straw and hand it to you.
Okay. I will pay my 4 silver pieces.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Tuk'Tuk will stare at the drink, and as the person who made the drink kind of turns away from Tuk'Tuk, Tuk'Tuk kind of just puts the drink inside, like, to a plant, and actually just admires the glass that it was in because it's tiny.
Okay. Could I have you make a sleight of hands check?
Cool. Alrighty. Will that work?
Yes. As Terran turns away, you quickly and slyly dump out the drink into a plant, very unnoticed, and even kind of it let out a little brief sigh as Terran turns around and goes, "Wow, for such a little one, you really pack it away. Glad you enjoyed it."
Oh, yes. Yeah. Can
Here,
Tuk'Tuk
let me-
keep the glass for a tiny bit? No. I want to keep the glass for a little bit. No worries.
Make a persuasion check.
Aw. Oh. That's not gonna do it.
I gotta clear it away, make sure that we have enough glasses for anybody else who might want a drink.
Tuk'Tuk just kind of like longingly just stares at the shiny glass as it.
You should have
shiny.
savored it a little longer.
The shiny.
Why don't you inquire about buying one if you want to stare at it?
Tuk'Tuk can do that.
I don't see why not. There's plenty of glass here.
The town's made of glass at this point.
I've seen more glass in one place, personally.
Oh, pray tell.
Would I know of the city up to the north? In passing.
Make a history check.
Let's see. History. 13.
13. As you think and recall, it's not too hard. It is pretty much the capital, or one of the capital kingdoms on this island. Yes, you would know. And I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Well, if you've been around this area, you would have heard of Glassridge, one of the capital cities of Ramdahl. Supposedly, their entire castle is made of glass. Many of the buildings are gleaming with glass surfaces.
Very interesting. Sounds like a place our bird friend should visit.
I'm sure the number of shiny things you see there would make your head spin.
Tuk'Tuk will put it on bucket list.
Well, hey there, you sparkly devil, and The fire genasi kind of walks out after handing out a plate of fried fish cakes to the person next to you. This kind of really beefy, burly-looking earth genasi, skin kind of made of almost the exact same color of sandstone as the building itself. You almost didn't see him for a second there, but he looks at you and nods and just chows down on the fish cakes, like 3 at once. Well, I see that space in front of you is empty, and well, you look like you could use a drink, maybe some food, something to eat. You look a little skinny.
Who are they directing this at?
The sparkly devil, you.
Oh, jeez. Oh dear, I haven't even had a chance to look over this menu yet. I will have a side of the garlic herb naan. That sounds delicious, as well as 1 cobra masala.
All right, cobra masala, garlic herb naan. Sounds like a plan. 6 silver, 3 copper.
Okay. How do I pay?
With money, usually. Though we do take trade. If you've got anything...
Asking this outside of... Asking this outside. Okay. Should have specified.
That's great. Go to your inventory on your character page. You should see the amount of gold, silver, and copper that you have. 1 gold is 10 silver, 1 silver is 10 copper. So,
Okay.
if you want to do the easiest way, since you don't have 6 available silver pieces, you could just pay a gold and get 3 silver and 6 copper in return.
Okay, I will pay 1 gold. So do I just subtract a gold and then add the amount of copper and silver to my inventory?
You can hit the manage currency button, which is all the way on the left, like in between where the gold pieces are and your character portrait.
Okay.
So you can add like negative 1 gold piece and then 3 silver pieces. And
Also, we're being rated. Hi, Sister. Thank you for the raid.
Oh, hi.
Welcome in, everyone. Hi. How are you guys all doing today? We're playing D&D. It's our first session.
So do I put 1 gold in the bar and then, or in the thing, and then click all? Like, I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
I think you can just...
if you want to just close your character, I can math it out for you and just literally edit everything.
That would be great. Pretty people don't do math.
That's very true, unfortunately. Okay, you're all set if you want to just close and then open your character sheet again.
It is going well. We just got started a little while ago. We're at the tavern right now. All chatting.
Perfect start to every D&D campaign. It's not cliche. Shut the fuck up.
Moving on.
Yup.
Right, well, I'll go get you a serving of it. Might need to make some more fresh naan, so.
No rush, no rush at all.
And as they scurry back over into the kitchen, Yai'ral, what do you think of the food here on the material plane?
Peculiar. The meat substances that I've been eating are palatable. In general, it's weird to eat again. Fruit is always good. But she hadn't... It'd been, since her last stint in the astral plane. It's been a bit, so she's kind of gotten used to having food again. But it's still a very strange encounter. But she likes fruit. Vegetables are strange. Just strange. Why anyone would eat a root, I never know.
Well, you see, it's because they're really good for you, this old guy says from the opposite side of the bar. Yeah, they're really good for you. And you understand him over the amount of music and laughing and talking, but he's like pointing a spoon at you and like flicking food, like the kind of red tomatoey paste that's flicking off of the spoon is flying behind the bar, and Taryn walks over to them and goes, all right, I think you've had enough to drink. You're starting to get a bit nosy again. Gosh,
I just glare at him in passing, which seeing a Githyanki stare, like glare at you is like, oh god.
Kind of sees it, really studies and understands your face for a moment, and then goes, oh dear, and just kind of turns his head down and looks at the food that he has in front of him and takes another bite, mashing it between his non-teethed gums.
She huffs and just kind of goes back to the... You said, I believe, when it came out, it was like a charcuterie board, essentially, that she had gotten.
No, I did not.
Oh. I just heard something about a meat and cheese plate. Anyways, never mind then.
I never said that. I think you're confusing that with real life.
Maybe. Okay, well then, in that case, she doesn't have any food in front of her, probably.
The food that was set down in front of you, whether it was yours or not, was a plate of steaming and sizzling cuts of white meat coated in a thick red sauce, and a bowl of rice and a plate of flatbread with roasted peppers.
She kind of like she's like picking at it, like picking little pieces of it and like trying it. And she kind of like will like taste it, like chew for a minute, and just like you can like see the expression on whether she likes it or not, and it's just like lots of pursed lips and considering thoughtful expressions as she's trying little bits of food and the sauce and the bread, just little bits at a time.
Well, you're quite the conversationalist now, aren't you? The man was just trying to express an opinion. You didn't have to give him the death stare.
His opinion was not asked for.
Well, unfortunately, that's what you get when you go to a tavern. A lot of opinions that no one asked for.
A connoisseur of taverns, are you?
I've been to my fair share after a show.
The
best way to unwind.
I'd rather just settle in with a good book.
I'd rather settle in with a good man.
I think we could both
As
agree.
as you say that,
shiny.
the Earth Genasi right next to you kind of coughs and sputters as he's like eating another fish cake.
No, I never have been with a Genasi, but I wouldn't be opposed.
You see the kind of cracked sandstone exterior of this man. The cracks that line through it begin to tear up, almost like molten magma underneath, or glowing hot glass, as around his face it begins to like blush, and he turns his eyes down towards his food, takes out like a piece of wood, and just with his fingernail kind of scratches a room number into it and slides it over to you.
Oh my god.
You know, it's always nice to try things once in your life. I graciously accept his invitation.
Well,
Welcome
does anybody
in,
want to do
Masterpiece.
anything else within this tavern space that you're in before heading to bed, getting yourselves rested and ready for tomorrow?
I can't think of anything I would like to do.
Yai orders a drink. Or rather, just a shot.
Ooh, a shot of what?
I think it was the... Let me double check. It was the... Moon Shadow Vodka.
Sure thing. That'll be 5 silver pieces, and they take a little shot glass, and Taryn spins it between their fingers, kind of rolls the shot glass over the fingers before flicking it up with their thumb, and then catching it with their hand kind of upside down before pouring the vodka into it and then setting it right in front of you.
She'll pick it up, kind of like wave it beneath her nose, kind of give it, see if there's any like obvious smell, and then she'll just knock it back.
It comes with a wave of a very strong burn, a very kind of herbal taste. It doesn't have much flavor to it aside from just that strong burn. Make a Constitution check. Check, not save.
I haven't been drinking, so.
Oh, I know. That's why it's not at disadvantage.
Constitution check. Normal. Nice.
You manage to take it down without making a face at all. You sit there, the burn dissipates after a few seconds, and you're left with just a nice, warm feeling in your face and neck, which is very pleasant and welcomed as a strong gust of wind blows through, flapping the kind of cover to the entrance of this tavern, sends the huge gust of cold air. Everyone shivers, people cheer, people start ordering more shots, more food, more drinks, feeling how immensely cold it immediately gets outside.
Yai's intrigued by the sudden temperature differential. She's gonna kind of go to the door and, like, check outside. She's curious.
As you glance outside, a bright and shining crescent moon causes the glass that is hanging from all of the houses to glitter and sparkle with a slightly different tone. Less amber, more of a pale blue kind of light to them. The nightlife is beginning to pick up as people are walking around the front of town. A lot more people are heading over towards the tavern or to the fancier restaurant that is right across the street, but their prices are way too much for you guys right now.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, it's really cold. The street itself is still warm and kind of kicks off that heat that it soaked up throughout the day, but that cold breeze that is blowing across the river coming from the south that is pushing upwards, taking a lot of the mist and the speed of the wind is just causing everything to chill and cool down. And you do also notice a little ways further in the distance, a kind of glittery, sparkly, rolling wave of something is beginning to push its way north.
Hi,
as a sandstorm is beginning to roil towards town.
She's gonna turn back to the table. She's gonna walk over. She's gonna look at that plate. Oh, thank you, Anansi, for gifting a sub to Feathers. I appreciate that. She's gonna come over and kind of see if, like, glance at that little wood carving that the Genasi had left down, and just, like, check if that door is near hers, because otherwise she's gonna ask for some earplugs.
I would also like to know the room number, just in case.
Everybody roll a d20.
I am.
Oh, God.
I'm just gonna roll the physical die for this.
Straight D20.
Yep, straight D20. If you want to roll a physical die, go for it. If not, just hit / roll 1d20 in the... Tuk'Tuk, you got a 1? Okay.
I got...
Should I just click the initiative roll?
No, because that would add a bonus. So just go into the chat on Foundry. It's / roll space 1d20.
Yes, I am playing again.
Okay.
Oh. I'm so sad.
/
no.
and then D20.
/ roll space 1d20. I can also type the macro into our as well if you need it.
1d20.
Not 20.
13.
Alright, none of your rooms are next to each other then.
I got a 17. I don't know if I said.
Oh, I thought you said you had a nat 20.
No.
Still, your room is
far enough
nowhere
away.
close to Golby's. Well, Golby's friends, I should say.
Yeah. She nods in satisfaction.
So, with my 1...
Yeah, you're in room 1. And
Okay.
Golby's in room 13. Yai'ral is in room 17.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I thought I was going to be somewhere else. Okay, good.
Glad I could scare you so horribly, Chris.
I did draw myself and Golby's character, as well as Kiby's new DM avatar. But Chris actually drew Tuk'Tuk's art, which is the little bird one. But thank you.
All right. Well, luckily, same room, but as you maneuver your way around from the tavern, you see a couple other people step outside and glance out, seeing the sandstorm rolling in. Someone yells, "All right, either you stay here or you go home now. Sandstorm seems to be coming in about 20 minutes, I'd have to say. So either you're hunkering down for the night or get to your homes, everyone." And about 3 people move.
Yai gets up
That's
and
it.
she starts heading back so that she can go to her hotel room.
Golby moves towards the Genasi, and they set off together.
Oh, God.
The Genasi, like, it kind of walks in front of you, being like a little bit bigger, hunkier. As they stand up, you see that their abs are literal stone in hardness, and their shirt kind of like falls open. They're just kind of wearing a vest forwards, and they pick up a great axe and kind of sling it over their shoulder and walk in along with you.
I look over at Tuk'Tuk and Yai and smile with much glee.
Tuk'Tuk's so glad that we are not a part of this. Tuk'Tuk very happy we are just companions for travel.
Yai just gives a very, like, wizened nod in agreement.
All right. Well, as the night comes to an end, you all head to your respective rooms, reading, sharpening your knives, sharpening your skills, practicing your sword work, should I say.
Oh, no.
You all come to a restful night, ready for whatever tasks, trials, tribulations that all of you are set to encounter in the morning.
There have been trials and tribulations.
100%. That took me like a hot second to realize what you said, and I was like, oh, it's not just that. Oh, sword fighting, that. Got it.
Just a little bit. All right. Does anybody need to take a break or anything?
Nope.
I'm gonna take actually a quick break and go grab something to drink. I will be back in approximately like 2-3 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a short little 5-minute break.
Sounds good. While they're doing
We
that,
talk to chat.
yes,
Yeah.
I will talk to chat. Thank you, Zaralos, for hitting 20 stream streak. That's so cool. I love it. It makes me happy. But yes, I've been the one working on the various character art for our characters. Let's see if I can maybe pull up a window to show you guys a closer up of the various art I've been doing. Ba 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 ba. You missed doing D&D sessions, Anansi. Your art is really improved. Thank you. Okay, so I gotta say, I am so fucking proud of Golby.
I'm proud of you for making Golby.
I am so happy with how he turned out. I'm just like, and mind you, I started this morning on him with the line art of his head and nothing else. So I did his entire, basically from like 2 in the afternoon until game starts. I was working on Golby, and of course Kiby's adorable little unicorn. The map is cool too. What tools are used for this D&D session? We are using Foundry. Hey Dats, welcome in. Yes, impressive. Thank you. Yeah, we are currently using Foundry because we figured it'd be a good one to do for, showing the map and everything. And Kiby has spent hours upon hours upon hours making maps in Foundry. And she was really excited to use it because it has a bunch of different little tools you can use, plus little things you'll see as we continue playing. But in general, it's actually quite an intuitive system, and it's very easy for us to all play together on this. So yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let me see if I can get a window drawn up though, for the sake of seeing the bigger pictures.
My computer will not stop trying to turn itself off.
Okay, let me see if I can make. I'm gonna make just a little tab. 1 sec, just so you guys can see the full appearance of Golby and Yai and Tuk'Tuk.
Golby in all of his majesty.
Yeah, I'm very proud of how it was turning out. So.
Oh my god, I'm so happy with how Golby has turned out.
He looks beautiful.
He's literally everything that I wanted him to be, and it's perfect. And, of course, I wanted to play the horny bard because I always want to play the horny bard.
We had some inspiration that we dropped in the Discord. The inspiration pictures really help make Golby.
Thank you for following Mir Karam. Welcome in. I'm trying to get art to pull up as being stupid.
Oh, I think that's my friend.
Oh.
My friend Mir is the one who has taught me how to play D&D and Pathfinder and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just told him about this because I was like, oh, I am playing with a friend.
Actually, I got a better idea.
Oh yeah, I was the one who sent out notes to Anansi as well as our other D&D group.
Yay!
Just sent links. I was like, oh hey, Anansi's on. I bet they're gonna really want to see this. Quickly sent a message with a link. Ah. Oh, do you mean impressive?
Okay, so here is a close-up of Golby. I'm just doing it big. On last break at work, glad to be popping by. Well, welcome in, the Pathfinder Lancer GM friend. Nice. All right. Well, welcome in. Thank you for being here. This is Golby.
A giant Golby.
A giant Golby, yes. Let's go.
We could technically just edit him holding anyone in his
yeah, he literally could.
Oh, since I'm so small, should just be in his hand.
I'm gonna do it.
Only if you cast like enlarge reduce on Tuk'Tuk.
Let me get a picture of Tuk'Tuk. Because I think I gotta snag it off of out of the tavern. Let's see. There you are, Tuk'Tuk. Alright, copy. No, we're gonna save this. There we go. And we're just gonna oh wait, I have Tuk'Tuk. I just have it in downloads instead of okay. And I could literally just make little tiny Tuk'Tuk to be held in the hand of Golby.
Akuma, could you put the Twitch link in the Discord?
Yes, I can. Give me 2 seconds.
I would appreciate that, because I would also like to see all the lovelies in Twitch chat.
See, okay, I was gonna do that, but like straight up, I haven't used like Twitch in so long that I straight up forgot my user and login. I was like, I don't want to like support you, but also I have no idea what my password and user is anymore.
All right, and I'm gonna just for the sake of having all of them on the frickin' screen, I might as well just do it this way. It's gonna be hilarious.
I mean, you technically do have all of them on the screen with all of us
Big
bouncing.
versions, though. Really big versions. Let me go into this. Yeah.
This is beautiful.
That's Yai.
The hand is so good.
I'm so happy with how Golby's hand turned out. So that's Yai.
Metaphorically, like we're in his hands now.
And if you're doing this to scale, then you have to have my little portrait be either immensely tiny, sitting on Yai'ral's shoulder, or insanely large, covering up literally everything else behind everyone. Like, you just see my little grin. Your choice.
Okay. I'm gonna be right back, and then I'll be ready to start again. I'm just gonna go throw something at my mother. Not actually, I'm not.
Little tiny god on the shoulder. Or in the box. In the spell box.
Kill them. Kill them all.
I love the unique poses. Hey
Fireball is
Snoop,
always
welcome
answer.
in. Thanks for a fireball. That's actually going to be a lot of fun to have now that we're playing D&D. So cute. Yes, I'm so happy with how they turned out. Like, Golby's pose was really fun. It was inspired by a pose I saw from Jacques Z.
Was
Whipper.
it Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, was it an Aoyama thing? And I was just like, oh, wait.
No, but that I did look at several Aoyama poses. Thank you for resubscribing, Snoop.
Oops, we miss you.
Yeah, we miss you. Thanks for joining. You can see all my art that I've been doing. I was very frantically drawing earlier today.
Right. You get 20 more seconds, and then all those fuckers gotta go away.
Oh, they're gonna go away right now. I'm just gonna leave Golby and the burb for a moment because it's just a funny visual.
I also love being on Twitch right now because just my recommended channels the top one is queso.
Queso.
Okay, and you know what? I'll use that same D20 check that I had you all roll to do this next part. So,
Back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Y'all are gonna hear that a lot. I get I'm scared whenever a DM says something. One fear. One fear.
Oh, ominous music. Ooh, spooky. Yes, high above.
pain. Head throbbing pain. Yai'ral, your eyes flutter open. Your back is aching. Your fingers feel cold, almost frostbitten. Your leg feels sticky, wet. Something is clearly wrong. You open your eyes and look around, but there is no light to be seen within this area. The only thing you notice is you inhale and cough. The room is dark. There's a scent of ash and metal in the air, alongside a strange acidic scent. There is no bed beneath you, only a hard stone floor. What do you do?
Yeah. I'll kind of flex my hands a little bit, try to bring some warmth back into my fingers, and then I will quickly kind of just give myself a pat down, kind of checking, making sure I'm still armored, and...
It's a little too hard to see.
Oh no, I'm doing this all by feel, just to see if I feel my armor on still and stuff.
Yeah, you didn't go to bed sleeping in your armor, but you are waking, wearing your chainmail. You feel on your hip your spell book is next to you, but you can't see. You don't feel your backpack on your back or anything, but you kind of stumble around for a second. Your hand hits what feels like a leather bag.
I will go ahead and cast light.
Okay. What do you cast light upon?
Probably above on my book.
Okay,
like
on your spell book.
the spellbook cover. Just since it's the first thing I could kind of feel. And I know where it is.
As the light shines outwards, you look down and you see a emerald and jade green floor. Tiled, stretching forward. You are in a large room. Even your light doesn't pierce fully through the darkness. Over through the dim light of your magical light that you've cast on your book, you notice a small form, dark, feathered, wearing a cloak, collapsed on the ground. You look down at your leg, your clothing is slightly torn, and there's a scratch, deep scratch in your thigh. It doesn't hurt anymore, but you see that there was quite a bit of blood that soaked through your clothing and is causing it to stick to the afflicted area.
She sits up and, after kind of taking stock of everything, she'll kind of see if there's any tatters of fabric. I don't know if she has a cloak. I don't think she does. If she has any spare cloth in her bag, if it's nearby. It is her bag nearby, I'm assuming.
Yes, your bag was in your hand. It was next to you.
Okay, so she rifles through it real quick just to kind of pull out some scrap fabric that she could just wrap around her leg for a bit. And she'll do that real
Easily
quick.
enough. An extra cloak. You tear it apart and tie over the wound.
Then she'll get to her feet and slowly make her way over towards Tuk'Tuk. See if I can remember how to move things.
If you are clicked, there you go. It's because you should be able to move now.
Oh, I can see everything in grayscale now. That's weird. Oh, weird. There we go.
How much everything?
I can see the other side of the room.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense.
Okay, so I'll just kind of slowly make my way over to Tuk'Tuk. And kind of reach down and shake him. Just grab his shoulder and give him a little shake. Tuk'Tuk.
Not waking immediately, you actually hear a cough and a slight gasp as Golby, you awaken next. Seeing a bright light not too far away as you see the Githyanki that you were talking to last night, kind of stooped over the small Kenku fellow that shared a carriage together.
So I kind of slowly get to my feet after taking notice of them. I make my way over, just kind of slowly towards the Kenku.
You, with your dark vision, notice that there is a very lightly smoldering torch on the very ends of its life burning up over here.
Mm-hmm.
As well as two bodies crushed beneath fallen pillars of stone, blood pooled around them, and being pulled in a northern direction. The pools of blood are kind of pooling northward.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I kind of check in with Yai'ral about everything. Just real quick. Is the Cancun alright?
Once he comes to, he doesn't look too badly hurt.
Okay, I'll be right back. I see a torch over there. I'm gonna go grab it.
Alright.
And just kind of slowly make my way over there. Can I...
With a gasp,
add it?
Tuk'Tuk, you awaken. Yeah, you can, if you double-click on the torch.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
Beautiful.
How's Tuk'Tuk feeling? Like, is Tuk'Tuk kind of groggy, or did Tuk'Tuk kind of...
You jolt awake, feeling an immediate pain in your rib. You notice that some of your larger exterior feathers are torn away in some spots, and you look like you were previously bleeding.
Tuk'Tuk kind of, like, feels around, realizes that some of his feathers are missing, and it's kind of in, like, deep shock, like, who the fuck did this? My feathers? Oh! My feathers! Oh my god! Oh.
Be glad it was just feathers and not your actual life.
I'm I'm gonna make my way back over to Yai'ral and Tuk'Tuk real quick.
Absolutely.
Well, it's nice that our avian friend has found their way back to consciousness, but they do not look like they are in great shape emotionally.
Not exactly in the best shape myself. Gesturing down to the, swiftly bandaged leg.
Tuk'Tuk feel hurty. Tuk'Tuk also feels a little bald at some part of where my wings were.
Where are we? Last I recall, we were going to bed. I was falling asleep in my room.
Yeah, I mean, I was with that fellow from the bar, and we started, and then everything just kind of started to slip away.
His name was Percival, by the way.
Gonna be honest, Golby's probably not gonna remember that.
Awesome. Fucking perfect.
Yai's gonna make her way over to these bodies to kind of examine them. Or whatever she can see of them.
Go to the one that's in front of him, and then also do kind of like a perception check if possible.
What are you attempting to perceive? What are you looking for?
I want to see how it kind of is dead. Like how...
That would be a medicine check.
Oh, medicine. Okie dokie. Okay, I'll do that right now.
Yai'ral, as you kind of pat the body, you notice that there are quite a few items on it. If you double-click on the body, anyone who's standing next to it, you should be able to see what they are carrying.
I know 5 doesn't do anything, so I'm just gonna respond with, Tuk'Tuk not doctor. Tuk'Tuk doesn't understand. Tuk'Tuk knows it's dead.
The only thing that you can see is that the body was crushed heavily under this pillar. Whether that was before or after they died is unknown.
Anything very specific or peculiar about it?
As you kind of look at the face of this person, you notice that it is the same face of that half-elven woman that was wearing the chainmail, white and gold, mostly covered with red now. Their armor crumpled, crushed, crunched in. Their ribs powdered. Their sword lays next to them as well as their shield. Eyes agape, mouth agape, a ghastly visage across their face. Yai'ral, the older elven gentleman, scolding the other half-elf, lies dead in front of you.
I'm going to move to the middle of the room real quick.
I'm gonna just start taking the stuff that's useful off of the other half-elf.
You see an altar in the middle of the room with some text engraved language that you don't understand. A backpack slumped against the opposite side of it.
I'm gonna move over to where the backpack is and take a look at what's inside of it.
Yeah. Tuk'Tuk, as you were?
Let's see. I have currency on the one that's in front of me, so I'm gonna split 3 ways on that one.
I will also split the currency 3 ways.
I'm also going to split the currency 3 ways in front of me and take a little extra for myself as it was not even.
Tuk'Tuk, as you pick up the rations, you realize your mouth is dry, your stomach empty. You are hungry and very thirsty.
There is a flask. And I'm taking it, and does it have anything in it?
As you pop open the flask and give it a sniff, oof, it is a very strong whiskey, though it seems to be mostly empty, probably just enough for a swig. Might dull the pain.
Tuk, are you any good with darts?
Am I?
I'm going to take the journal and the papers from the backpack in the middle of the room and move towards Yai'ral and Tuk'Tuk to present what I have found to them.
All right.
There is a longsword. Do you want that, Yai'ral?
I wouldn't mind taking it.
Okay. And then there's the backpack, but it's just a backpack. I was like, oh, is there something in the back? Anyone all right to wear heavy armor?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I am.
Yai's gonna hand the darts she picked up to Tuk'Tuk.
Okay, and I didn't pick up the longsword, so you can totally snatch it. There are 2 javelins on here, which I totally think Golby can take.
Golby, as you picked up that small journal, there's a little piece of paper that's kind of sticking out of it, acting as a bookmark. Opening up to that page, you see lots of writing, notes within. It's a small journal with writings of a journey through a jungle with the hired crew. Observations about Yai'ral's diligence with her spellbook. Notes on some wonderful Golby, as well as some concerns of alerting too much of the wildlife if they keep playing their instruments too loud again. A small drawing of a strange dinosaur-like creature that was quickly scribbled in, as well as battle tactics drawn in for a flanking maneuver. On the most recent page is notes about a beautiful temple being found with depictions of a woman. A quote reads, "None of the crew nor I recognize this half-elven figure as anyone in the notable pantheon. Could this be the one who built this temple? Could this be Takina Isley? Hopefully, the inside will reveal more." Scrawled on a page a little later in hastily written charcoal states, "A beast unlike any I have seen before has been defeated. Like a dog at some angles, but deformed at others. The archway, glowing, bright green, swirling fight, 3 figures, the statue, bird-like, horned with ink. Gravity is abnorm, clash of energy, Takina. Other gates, stop." This piece of paper is in tattered condition. Impossible to read anything else about it. The back of the book, pressed into the leather cover, reads the initials A.Z. And if any of you want to read that again at all, it is actually written within the small journal that is in.
Okay.
Do any of you know happen to know if we knew anyone with the initials AZ?
Not myself.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Weird, I just found the backpack over by the altar. It's got all kinds of insane stuff in it. Dynamite, rope. Grabbed the journal out of it and this weird piece of paper. See if we can make any sense of where the hell we actually are.
Did you read the book aloud, Golby?
Yeah, let's say, like, so after that, like, after me kind of running down what I found in the bag, let's just say that I read it aloud to you guys of kind of what was in there and, like, so that you guys are up to date on what it is.
Tuk'Tuk is very interested in flying creature.
What I'm more interested in is this person clearly knows who we are. They were observing us.
Is this what you call stands? Are they your stands, Golby?
Not entirely sure what you mean by that, but... Oh, there we go. Apparently I posted it in the chat. Not sure about anything that's going on right now.
Well, based on what you read aloud, there's... This place is awfully fancy. Do you think we could be in that temple mentioned?
Possible.
With this whole... She kind of walks over to this altar in the middle. This section here kind of implies it might be.
Gonna make my way back over, just stand in front of the altar. Let me take a look at some stuff.
Yai also steps over to the backpack, starts rifling through it and like pulling stuff out and like stuffing it in her bag. What? It's not like they're not using it.
A small knife.
You can have the small knife. But the torches might be handy for, I can't see in the dark.
I'm gonna make my way over to bodies real quick because I haven't investigated them yet.
There wasn't all that much on them.
Monk's Road. Yoink.
Make a medicine check. Feel free.
Tuk'Tuk will take rope.
Do we know yet that these were the people we saw in the bar?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
These two are definitely the ones that you saw in the bar.
Okay, so we know that already. I'm gonna do a medicine check on the older elf. I just do a normal roll, right?
Yep.
18.
As you, like you're normally doing on a day where you meet a very handsome man and maybe your room, you begin to strip the clothing away from this gentleman to... While there are broken bones, a crushed windpipe, abdomen squished, from these stones, you notice that where the blood is mostly coming from and where it was pooling from is a large gash and bite mark that is in his right shoulder. It seemed that some kind of sharp bite maybe pierced his heart, had him begin to bleed out. He was dead long before he was crushed by these falling pillars.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna make my way back over to the group and tell them what I have found. So, after further inspection of those two bodies over there, I can determine that the man at least wasn't killed by those pillars falling on him.
Might be best to try and find our way out of here then. We don't know if whatever killed them is still around.
Yeah, well, clearly, whatever killed them thought we were dead too. So, we have that going for us.
Indeed. Yai's gonna kind of look around to the best of her ability. Does anything stand out or catch her eye, or she's gonna kind of like do a little walk so she can kind of do like a perimeter check kind of thing, so she can kind of see the whole room.
You notice that there are some chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. They are not lit, but as you walk over here, your thirst gets the better of you as you see a little font that is filled to the brim with water. You kind of dip your hand in, inspect it, sniff it, give it a little bit of a taste. Fresh, clean water.
She'll just like plunge both hands in and start drinking because I imagine she is fucking thirsty as hell.
The blood and dirt that washes off your hands into this is immediately purified as well. Seems there is some kind of magic that is cleansing the water from within.
Huh. Golby, Tuk'Tuk, come here. And she's gonna actually untie around her leg and using a different scrap of cloth, she's gonna kind of dip it into the water and just kind of wash her wound.
The water itself is acting normally like water. You have to scrub a little bit to wash the wound out, but re-dipping the cloth into the water causes it to get cleaned.
Perfect.
I want to fill my flask with the water.
Absolutely. You kind of take the last of the alcohol, either drink it or dump it, and you fill the flask with water. It is clean, crisp, refreshing.
Nice.
Probably be best for
I'm
us
just
to get
going to cup my hands and take a little drink too.
Probably be wise for us to get out of here.
Golby, as you
Yes.
cup your hands and take that drink and look over, she acknowledges the two of you. You see a large stone archway, black with ribbons of gold cut throughout it. Beyond it, you notice a pitfall, seemingly in the middle of the hallway.
Which
Seems-
side of the room are we looking at?
If you look
South.
south through the gate here, the little archway.
Give me 1 second. My screen is being weird and it's not showing me the whole Map.
You can use the scroll wheel to zoom in or out, and right-click to
there we
drag
go.
up or down.
Okay.
Oh my god,
So right down
that
here.
changes everything.
There you
Okay,
go.
I didn't want to say anything. I just thought my computer was being dumb, so I was kind of like, oh, it will sort of work out.
There you go. It's okay. New system for everybody. We're still working out the kinks.
Like, actually, I'm gonna plug in my mouse.
Gotta work out the kinks. Foundry turns to Akuma Cat and says, I like feet. No!
No.
No kinks. Not allowed.
Wrong kinks. Different kinks.
Not that we shame
The
normal
kinks
humans,
around
but robots
right
should
there.
not have kinks.
No, robots should not have kinks.
The only kink that I'm tolerating this pad that I have. Okay, ooh, that just zooms in. Woo! Okay, there we go, okay.
But yes, down here at the very edges of your vision, you notice some strange pit that is in the middle of the hallway.
I'm going to move to that hallway and kinda take a look at it, because that's concerning me.
As you get closer, it is a 20-foot deep spike pit with iron spikes coated in blood that is coagulated but not fully dried. At the bottom of the pit, you notice that there are some black and white feathers. Some of them even stuck to an occasional spike or two.
Am I within, like, if I yell at the group, would I be within earshot?
I'd think so.
Oh yeah, it's a very... you can hear each other clear across the room.
Okay. Well, I think I found the bird's missing feathers.
My feathers?
Yeah,
They're in the bottom of the spike pit.
Yai reties up with a clean cloth and then proceeds to head down towards Golby's voice.
Wouldn't come too close to where I'm at. There's a giant spike pit in here.
Well, I just won't pass you and I should be fine.
But it looks
I would
like
like
our
to
bird...
examine. Are those my feathers?
As you glance inside, it is quite easy to guess those are indeed your feathers, the same feathers that you see every day.
Oh. I don't remember going through a spike pit.
Well, it's something that most would like to forget.
Interesting enough.
I don't know if, like, doing a perception check just to see what else is down in that pit other than my feathers, if there's anything else that's kind of there.
There are 10 iron spikes that you can see. Other than that, no check necessary. It is very empty.
My poor feathers.
Your
I'm gonna
feathers
move
will
a little
regrow,
bit.
Tuk'Tuk. Don't you usually shed feathers anyway? Every once in a while?
Yeah,
Well,
but
then
this is personal. They took it off my person.
I don't... The spikes...
Just let the bird have this one. They're clearly upset.
Indeed.
Golby, as you are walking down the hallway, your foot hits something. As you look down, a small piece of metal, a wire, is stretched across the hall. you hear a click, and I need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god.
Oh boy. Okay. I forgot to move my thing around.
You got this, you're limber.
I'm skinny.
A skinny legend, let's go.
Literally. You just hate me because you ain't me.
You're gonna survive this and then you're gonna do a flop. Let's go.
Here, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to remember how to, like, move my character sheet because it's being funky. There we go, okay. So, dexterity saving throw. Is it just public roll?
Yep, just public roll. 21. You quickly duck out of the way as from a rope in the ceiling opens up, and swinging through is a sharpened log on a rope that swings down and cuts across several tiles before snapping and rolling several feet down the hallway.
Well, we should all mind our heads and our feet going forward, because clearly this place is full of traps.
Good to know.
I would like to use Screeching Sense to try and find more traps.
Ooh. Do I have...
Absolutely.
So-
As you cast your Screeching Sense, your passive perception for this image is 10 plus your spellcasting modifier. What is your charisma modifier?
Let me see. My charisma is +3.
+3. All right, so 13 passive perception. You screech outwards and kind of feel the vibrations as they roll out. And you see that there is a metal door that is kind of swinging on its hinge ever so slightly, still moving back and forth, occasionally creating a loud creaking noise. Further, with what seems like water, you would have to assume. There's a couple other doors and chambers attached to the chamber ahead, but no other traps. Seems like you hit.
Okay. Well, it seems like we're clear for now. And it looks like up ahead is a way to another room.
Within this next chamber is a large bathing area. 2 wooden cupboards flank the sides of this pool with dingy, disgusting, algae-covered surfaces underneath the water. The water itself is tainted a green color. 3 doors appear around the interior of this chamber.
Can I don't know if it's a perceive, but I also do want to check if it's locked, and if it is, I would take it.
Okay. As you walk up to the door and you try the doorknob, it is not locked, and you are able to open.
Are the other
Ins-
doors open? I would tell to everybody else.
I'll check.
I'm gonna run to the other side of the room and check that door.
Yes, Golby, your door is already like kind of slightly ajar, and you pull it open a bit further. Yai'ral, you try your handle, and it is locked.
This one's locked here.
This one on this side is unlocked. It was slightly ajar.
Tuk'Tuk can pick lock if needed, but which door should we go through first?
We'll save the locked one for last. Perhaps we'll start with yours. Unless Golby has any
I
other
have no
things.
objections.
Alright.
Okay.
Entering this next chamber, you see a wall that has 8 hammocks strung all together across it, as well as several chests or trunks for keeping belongings within them. Opening each of them, they all seem to already have been opened and rifled through.
Whoever was here didn't share.
No, not at all,
Perhaps
did
we were
they?
the ones who didn't share.
Hard to say.
Okay. I'm starting to make my way over to the next room.
Do we want to check the locked door first? Or the next room that's unlocked?
Maybe the
I
one
go-
that's unlocked?
Path of least resistance.
I can't object to that.
This next room has 2 large wooden tables, very old, decaying, as well as benches that line across it. A single furnace with an iron pot, heavily rusted, sits to the south side of the chamber, as well as 2 doors that seem to form various exits. Heading
Are
to
they...
these doors, they both seem to be locked. Or actually, no. This one here would be unlocked, like so. This one, on the other hand, is locked. And kind of hard to tell that it's even a door. It's made of the same kind of material and stone as the rest of the wall, but it's recessed into the wall just enough that you can see what it is.
Was this warm or anything, or is it like cold AF?
It is warm. There is a little bit of residual heat, but it is not stone cold.
I'm gonna start moving into the
Thank
next
you,
And-
Cece.
In fact, Tuk'Tuk, as you glance into the fireplace and on top of it, on the little kind of ledge up top, Golby's flute.
Can you say that again? You cut off after glanced on top, and then I heard Golby's flute, and that was it.
I mean, that's basically all you need to know. Glancing on top of the fireplace is Golby's flute.
Someone say they found my flute.
Your flute is right here.
Hold on. Boop.
Here,
Is it possible for me to take it?
There you go.
Oh, it's in my inventory. Okay.
Here. I put it on top of the fireplace so you can take it.
thank you. Oh, my beautiful, beautiful instrument.
How did it end up here?
Either someone placed it here, or
You
we
did.
went through here.
Okay.
It's been
Shall
bothering.
we go through the other unlocked door? Or should we go back?
Hmm. So, Kiby, you saw me go in that room, right?
Yes. Within this chamber, Golby, as you stepped in after hearing something about your flute, for the first few seconds that you step inside, you notice cages, walls that are made entirely out of iron bars, and
Mm-hmm.
seemingly locked doors, two of which seem to be open, covered in flitting spider webs, as well as the chittering and scuttling of hundreds of tiny spiders
Oh.
living within these webs.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pose a question for the group.
Yes.
Anyone here an arachnophobe?
Um, hmm. Hmm. Tuk'Tuk's never thought about it.
I'm gonna go with no.
Well then, shall we venture into the spider room or open the locked door?
I'm leaning towards I am leaning towards going back and getting the one door we already passed. Might as well clear each room, and seeing as we have
As
either
if,
spiders
almost as if on
or-
cue, when you say spider room, you hear the scuttling of hundreds of little legs, which just create a symphony of crackling, skittering noises.
Tuk'Tuk hates that noise. Tuk'Tuk says closed door.
Closed door it is, my fine feathered friend.
Agreed. Seems like a better idea.
I will unlock the door. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Is it slider? Oh, hold on.
Well, I guess technically it's a thieves' tools check, which is your
Yeah,
dexterity plus proficiency or excellency if you chose to be excellent with your thieves' tools.
Oh, do I just? Do I have to like equip that?
Well, so if you open your skill list and look down at the bottom, you should see tools, and it says thieves' tools. You are excellent in them or an expert with them, so you can just click the thieves' tools check and roll a straight roll. So click use thieves' tools.
He starts.
In the chat, should say.
Oh, within chat. Oh, I can.
Yeah, so basically you click it to show your tools in chat, and then click use these tools.
Oh, okay. Oh,
And I think that should work.
why are
Dan.
my rolls like this? Why are my rolls like this today? That's not. This is so embarrassing. I'm on Twitch.
Luckily,
Look at this.
it is not a very difficult lock. And in fact, you feel like you were the one who locked this because you only managed to set one pin before. And so then you just unset the other one pin and unlock it.
Oh. I'm like muttering to myself, like, "Is this before? Huh. Okay. I venture in.
Within this chamber, the immediate smell of rot and decay hits you.
Oh, dear God, what is this stench?
Ugh.
It's stinky. Oh, look.
Yes,
Oh, that's a dead person.
a spear
Uh,
with a piece of mistletoe tied around the tip of it lays down on the floor next to a half-elven man whose head is halfway stuck within an open chest, flesh melted down to their bone.
Oh.
They are wearing a scale mail type armor, looks more like a robe. They seem kind of ratty in their look.
uh, hmm. Tuk'Tuk will split currency 3 ways.
Yai's
Ugh,
gonna
rotting dead melted body. Money! Let's go!
Yai's
So
like
shiny.
Yai's kind of like her face is a little like scrunched up and because the smell is awful. But she starts like she kind of like lifts up the arm to like check the armor and then starts taking it off.
The armor seems to be in decent condition.
There is a quarter. Anybody can take that.
I'm gonna take his forks and spoons.
Shall we each take a
As well as-
torch? Or actually, I think I have a couple torches already.
I'll
I think I
take
have
one torch. I'll take
I'm gonna
one.
take the rope because I feel like that's going to be useful for later.
For tying people up.
You mean myself?
Yes, possibly.
Oh,
Uh,
my.
Yai's
Tuk'Tuk will
gonna
take that roll.
Yai's gonna kind of, as she's going and doing stuff, she finds the thieves' tools and just tosses them to Tuk'Tuk. Ease probably are better off with you.
Ooh, yay! Clickety clackety.
Clickety clackities. I love it.
I will take bedroll.
I'm going to take the last of the currencies. I'm going to take the quarterstaff for later.
I'll just
We
take
look
the 2 torches just in case. Who knows? Just in case.
I'm gonna make my way over to the chest and take a look. See what our fine friend over here was trying to locate.
As you pull the chest open, you see that there is an already snapped wire that the individual was seeming to be holding in place with a hook, but snapped it, unfortunately. The inside, there is a vial of poison that has been completely emptied and looks like aerosolized into the face of this character. Underneath the trap, though, there is 10 feet worth of chain, a lock, and a teddy bear.
Sounds
Looks like
kinky. Out of character sounds kinky.
In
We
character
didn't do that
is
right
kinky.
Looks like our friend here was unfortunately caught in a trap, and that's what did him in.
Seems that way. Yai says that, and if you look over, she's actually like taking her armor off and working on putting on that scale vest or the scale mail robe.
Is there a way for me to, would it be a medicine check to check what kind of poison the vial had?
I took the teddy bear.
Yes, it would be. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Ooh.
Or a nature check. whatever one is higher.
I'm going to take the teddy bear and the chain.
Of course you would.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do medicine. That's decent.
Okay. The poison, as you look at the individual who died, seeing that his face is partially melted, seems like it was a poison slightly more like an acid. You'd have to guess possibly either wyvern poison, maybe even purple worm poison.
I am keeping this evidence, so I will take the anti-poison vial just for reference.
Hmm.
Do you need a lock for your chain?
It doesn't have a key, so it doesn't really help me.
I mean, I can pick it, lock, and I'll just take it. Thank you.
Well, I don't think you would like to be in the room when you have to untie me.
But what if you'd be in danger, right? So I can help.
I mean, that's why we have
What would you
safe
be
words.
doing?
Yai kind of, like, as listening to this conversation, just kind of turns to Tuk'Tuk. How old are you, anyway? For your species. Like, are you mature, or are you still young?
According to human years, I am technically a young adult. Possibly in their 20s.
Alright,
That explains a lot about your character.
it does indeed.
Mhm. Well, do we want to brave the spider room or check the other locked door?
Maybe other locked door?
I'd rather avoid getting covered in tiny little creepy crawlies as much as I can.
Okay. No sense of it.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
We'll
I'm not
check
opposed
spider
to
room.
it. I just don't
We'll
like
check spider room later.
skittering. You can't tell me you enjoy having little creepy crawlies skittering all over your skin.
Tuk'Tuk, as you take out your thieves' tools and walk up to the locked door, there's no lock on it, but it doesn't want to open.
Oh.
So you kind of take your thieves' tools and, like, poke the stone, but there's no lock for you to unlock.
Oh. Could I, like, inspect it to see if there's, like a trigger thing that might open it?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Cool.
If that doesn't succeed, I do have a backup plan.
It did not succeed.
Yeah, why did I, this is so embarrassing.
Oof.
Ah, maybe I
As
should take a
you
look.
kind of, like, feel around the door, it feels like stone. You know it's a door because there's a breeze that's kind of kicking from a small crack underneath the door, but you just don't see anything on it.
Let's see.
Shall I take a look?
Yep. My other plan was to actually use dynamite, but I think your plan might be a little better.
My plan isn't too far off either.
Well, I'll take a look.
10 is just enough.
I
As
missed it by
Yai'ral,
that much.
you step up to it, and because you are just a little bit taller than Tuk'Tuk, you notice, oh, at the top here, there are some arcane runes.
Huh.
And by you, as they are abjuration runes.
Ah.
Something to help keep the door closed.
This is definitely my expertise. Can I deactivate them?
It would be less of deactivating them and more of changing them, or saying an activation phrase that would be able to open the door. But go ahead and make a Arcana check for me.
All right. Arcana normal.
15. You know that for these runes, these are not very, very tough runes. These are not the strongest of abjuration enchantments on it. And you quickly realize that there is kind of like an admin password, essentially, that you would be able to utter.
Password is password.
I sent it to you in Discord.
Alright, let me see.
Password is opening the door.
Krezboshk.
As you say that and your eyes flare with arcane power, your hands glow, this green and pink energy flare up, and the door, click, opens up ever so slightly. As you push it open, you see a long hallway that slopes upwards as you walk forward. It's a pretty steep slope as well.
Should we spider or should we slope?
I vote slope.
I guess we're sloping it.
Zoom out.
As you step further and further along this, you feel the air from this cold, almost like frozen type air. You'd have to guess it's maybe around 42, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. As you walk up this slope, it drastically increases in temperature, getting warmer and warmer and warmer before reaching the end of the slope, finding another door, locked as well. Same arcane runes covering it.
Oh.
Krezboshk.
I wonder what the password. I thought it'd be different.
As the door flies open and crashes into the wall, these ping alarm bells scream. But it doesn't echo. It was only on the inside of each of your heads.
What in God's name was that?
Would I recognize that kind of magic?
Yes, in fact, you know this spell. It is the alarm spell.
It was an alarm spell.
In fact, it was your alarm spell.
My alarm spell.
Once an alarm is triggered, only the people who laid the alarm would be able to hear it.
so that it seems we have been this way.
As you step forward, you notice a small piece of silver string that is wound all around this room. Several different alarm spells have been placed.
Okay.
I don't
Is
remember
there
this place.
I was gonna ask if there was any physical trap.
You don't see any trap. The only thing you notice within this room is a white marble pedestal. Standing atop it is a thin but powerful looking half-elven figure. Standing upon the top of this pedestal, holding a book in one hand, and seemingly casting a spell in the other, striking this elegant and powerful pose. None of you recognize this figure.
Okay. Seems like this person was pretty important to this place, as they've erected a statue of her.
Yeah, it's kind of like pacing along, kind of following along where she placed her alarm spells, and just like wondering why she would have laid these down in this particular spot.
I'm gonna move over to the edge of this room. And kind
As
of look at
you head over to this door, you push it open, this stone door, it grinds against itself. You shove the stone open and see and smell a smoldering corpse of a giant spider.
Oh my goodness.
Did we do that?
It would appear that someone decimated this spider.
I have no idea who that could have been, as she's literally holding a firebolt above her hand.
We couldn't have done this. We're so innocent.
No, not at all.
This spider still being on fire is quite surprising, seeing how the torch that you seemingly brought with you, or the fire you lit deeper within, had already petered out. And as you look at the exterior, there's this strange, glossy slime that seems to be fueling the fire to keep on burning.
Yai takes a step closer and kind of like kneels down to kind of examine the slime.
You recognize it immediately as one of your own grease spells.
Oh, that would definitely do it.
Golby, as you glance down into the open pit, you see and hear hundreds of chittering spiders down below.
Well, it would seem that we may have killed the two brood mothers that spawned those things.
Can we set the pit on fire? Tuk'Tuk says.
I don't think that would be wise, as most of them would probably try and crawl out onto us.
Well, if we lit them from down below, we could.
Tuk'Tuk doesn't like this noise.
I'm just gonna move out of the chamber. I do not want to be around while they're talking about setting a pit of spiders on fire. I am just going to kind of investigate the room because of dark vision.
Huh.
I'm going to make my way down into here.
As you push open the door, you see blinding light hits you in the face. You strain for a moment, forgetting how dark it was in here. As you blink and let your vision return to you, you glance up and out, hearing loud, chittering cicadas, cawing of birds, the calls, deep growls of jungle cats, the rustling of leaves, and the smell of fresh plant matter ground. As you look out upon a jungle, vines and moss hang down in front of this door. You push past them, seemingly pre-cut by some other adventurer. Or possibly yourself. Small red flowers adorn each of these vines as you step out and see that you are at the very top of what seems to be almost like a ziggurat. Large staircase that leads down to the jungle floor.
Seems I would have found our way out of here.
Well, it seems like we've explored most everything except for that one room.
1 out of 2 spider rooms I feel is enough to have investigated.
I might go at least set the other one on fire. Be back in a moment.
I'm going to follow you, because if you're going in there, we might as well get any kind of information we can glean from it
Yeah,
before you just burn.
that was the other reason I wanted to go back, as we don't remember how we got here.
I just don't remember being here. Oh. So there's haystack. Oh wait, you said these were locked, right?
Yes, these 4 doors here, they are all locked. These 2 doors are unlocked and slightly ajar.
I want to unlock them.
Very well. Use your thieves'
Ooh.
tools.
Do you want me to do it one at a time?
I'm just gonna say make 1 roll and we'll see how well you do.
Got this. Yes! There you go!
Wait, was that a nat 20? Or no?
No, that was a 19.
Oh, okay. I was so
Yai'ral and
close.
Golby, you two blink and see just a rush of black and white as Tuk'Tuk sprints around in a circle, unlocking all of them with a single touch as the doors creak open.
Impressive.
I couldn't resist. They were all locked.
Well done.
Well. I am going to use Screeching Sense to get a sense of what is in these last 2 cells.
As you burst out your Screeching Sense, you feel the energies of 2 bodies that are enwebbed within this chamber. 1 on each. The spiders unfortunately react quite poorly to that and begin to sprint out towards you.
Oh. Oh. Oh, sick.
I would like everyone to
shit.
roll initiative, please. Okay. Spider in the back is up first. as it sprints forward and is going to attack the one who is screaming.
Okay.
Does a 23 hit you?
Oh my god.
Pretty sure it does.
Yeah.
Golby, your armor class is, looks like 14.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you take 1 point of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Woohoo. Constitution. It's just public roll, right?
Yep, public roll, normal roll. 12. You feel the poison begin to enter your body, but you're able to shrug it off, as it doesn't seem to have much of an effect on you.
Mm-hmm.
This second spider is going to run over here, flank with this first spider, and attack.
Mm-hmm.
Advantage, 19. That will also hit you. So, another 1 point of damage, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
21.
You take no extra poison damage, luckily for you.
Mm-hmm.
This third spider, unfortunately, doesn't really have much of a place that it can go, so it's going to run forward around Golby and then end up behind Yai'ral. Golby, you do get an attack of opportunity as it runs past you.
Okay.
So, an attack of opportunity, a single weapon attack.
Mm-hmm. I will try and hit it with my whip.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Easily hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, just another regular dice roll, or
So,
in there.
up under Mike and Cord, you hit damage, and it should roll it.
Okay, and then just a normal roll.
Yep, normal damage roll. 8. You slash your whip towards this spider, and it cuts it in half as it falls into 2 pieces before even being able to bite Yai'ral.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Tuk'Tuk, it is your turn.
I will move up and then just double dagger that one spider. I don't know. Do I get flanking bonus for that or no?
Yeah, you do, so you do get to roll at advantage.
Yay! Okay, that's sweet. I was kind of like, oh, do I got flanking in this? Okay, I'm gonna get. Let me grab my. Gonna use my normal dagger, and I'm gonna also use my hellfire dagger. So I'm gonna just do. I'll do this one.
And
At
remember,
advantage.
your first attack is at advantage due to flanking.
Okay. Alrighty. So normal dagger has
13 easily hits.
Alrighty. And then damage for that one.
Alright, and go ahead and add sneak attack to that.
Oh, how do I do that?
So go to your
Okay.
features and traits and click on sneak attack. It should come up with prompts to let you roll it.
Let's see. Okay.
Yep, and then just click
Alrighty.
on damage. for 9 total points of damage. You take your dagger and stab times into this spider, cutting off 4 of its legs before hitting it in the abdomen.
Oh, cool. Let's see. 5, 10. Okay. I don't think... So I moved 15. Can I do, like, 1 step up? Or no?
There we go.
Oh.
Forgot to actually hit begin combat. Yes, so now it shows whose turn it is. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I think you still have another 15 feet of movement, so you could take another step forward if you'd like.
Okay. Oh, and I'll just take 1 step forward.
Alright, and then you can scroll up in the chat and use a normal attack, not at advantage this time, with your Hellfire Dagger against this Spibber.
Yay! Okay. Oh,
Easily hits. Roll that damage.
cool.
5. You take your second dagger using your offhand after stabbing into that one spider, and you kind of dash forward before giving a quick flick of your wrist, and you cut this spider in half. Boom.
It is now a blob.
And I believe that means it is now Golby's turn.
So how many spiders do we have? Just 2 left?
Just 2, the 2 right in front of you.
Okay. Let's see what I can do. I am going to attack one of the spiders just simply with my whip once more.
All right.
Do I have to select which one?
No, it doesn't matter. You can just say which one you want to.
I'm gonna do the one just right in front of me.
Very well.
26.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, wow! Yes!
Okay, so click damage and roll critical.
Let's go!
Hit. I hit him for 8.
You, using your mic and cord, whip it forward faster than the eye can even see. All you hear is a loud crack and a splat against the floor. Any bonus action that you would like to do?
And my bonus action be another attack?
Let's go.
Let me check the whip's abilities right now. I don't know if it counts as a light one-handed melee weapon. No, it just has finesse and reach. So unfortunately you can't do 2-weapon fighting for your bonus action.
Okay. Then
But
on my bonus action, could I cast Healing Word on myself?
absolutely. What is your healing word, or what does it sound like?
Oh, sorry, I'm choking on my own spit.
Perfect. What a wonderful healing word.
I love that for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna be sorry, I'm choking on my own spit.
Oh my god.
I just roll a normal roll.
Yes, just healing normal roll. 4! You're back up to full, buddy.
Woohoo! Yippee!
Alright, and I believe that is your turn. Next up, this last spider. It runs up. It doesn't like that Tuk'Tuk killed so many of its friends. So it's going to attack Tuk'Tuk.
Oh god. Okay.
How dare you hit my friends like that, you son of a bitch!
You silly Billy, it does a 22 hit your armor class.
It does, and that sucks.
You take 1 point of piercing damage, and then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god. Constitution. Oh god. I'm so
Not Tuk'Tuk.
I'm so bad when it comes to Constitution.
With a
You're
dirty
right.
20, I think you're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh yay. Thank you.
Hey, you've been making the saves where it really counts. You're rolling good on the
I
saves.
really do. I really am.
Alright,
Took saved it in.
the spider kind of bites into you, pumps in the poison, then lifts up its head and opens its fangs and turns them towards Yai'ral, whose turn it is now.
Yay, it's my turn. Let's see. What do I want to do? I think I'm just gonna stab it with one of my short swords.
Do it! Stab it!
Okay.
Stabby, stabby, stab.
The normal roll.
10 will hit.
Alright, and damage. Normal. Tree.
It opens its mandibles towards you, kind of clicks them together, starts walking towards you, and you very nonchalantly just place your short sword on the back of its head and just push down very gently, decapitating it.
Just
Alex really out here picking the baby's soft spot.
And combat is over! Congratulations, you all win!
we win.
Woohoo, we survived our first combat.
Yeah.
it.
Woohoo!
I'm not gonna lie, my whole screen is black. I don't know why. So I've been also using the stream as reference to know where I am.
Why is your screen black?
I don't know. Take a picture of it.
Can you scroll out or like move around?
I'm sending it into the group chat because I'm just like, what is it? It's really weird because I see all of our names and we're all just like floating around and I'm just like, I don't understand. Wait, I'm send this. Just... Did I break? I broke it.
You know, I'm just gonna say that you light a torch and see if this works.
A whole new
Did that
level of
work?
dark vision.
No, everything's dark. Just like
Why?
Tuk'Tuk's past.
Why? Why is this
I
why?
don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Everything's dark, just like my past.
I'm very concerned. Alright, cool. Anyways.
I don't know if me like refreshing my page will do anything.
Hopefully that would help. I would assume it would.
Yes. No, parents.
No, parents. You're short. You're short. You're short. You're tall. You're short. You're tall. You're short. You don't fit anywhere. You're tall. You're short.
It's like loading. I'm at 98%.
Make sure your character's eyes are installed correctly. I agree with Steve.
Man, I hope so. Sometimes.
While we figure this out, I'm gonna step away and just go use the bathroom real quick.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
I mean, this is a perfect time for like a little role play until I finish. Like, I figure out what's going on with this.
Little bit. Are you guys
Did I game
exploring
too
the dead
hard?
bodies?
Yeah, I was going to, yes.
Cool.
What was in the, what is it called? What was in the cages? Nothing?
In the cages, these seem to be prison cells. There are chains and manacles that are attached to the walls, as well as a single hay bed that is in each of these 6 chambers. The one covered in spider webs, there are 2 webbed figures within. And Yai'ral, you can make an investigation check for me.
Hell yeah. Investigate.
Because I think at the same time you're the only one who can.
Uh-huh.
At this current moment, true.
It
Dirty
is very
20.
true. I'm exiting out, and then I'm gonna go back log in the long way, and then hopefully that works.
Night
Technology has
Anansi.
not been kind to our group.
Is it still not working?
I'm logging back in. I like closed my whole entire like thing.
I don't know why it's
This-
not working.
It's just stuck at 98%. What did I do?
I don't know. What did you do?
I don't know. Did I kill
Have
someone?
you
But they were
been-
like, no.
Have you been dark this whole time?
No, it just happened like recently. Like after like your turn was over, and then I was switching between tabs, and then it was like, no.
Maybe instead of refreshing, maybe close out and then, like, re-sign in.
I just did that.
Oh. Joy!
Oh, yeah.
God was like, you killed 2 spiders, you can't play anymore.
You killed 2 spiders, you did such a good job, and I'm so proud of you, but also die. Well, Yai'ral, what you find is that these 2 individuals, the one on the left has a portable ram, and the other one has a vial of poison. Boop. There you go.
Oh.
Alright.
Ah, hang on. I got this. Pull the scene.
Do you see me, God? I don't know
see
where to...
you're in Dryrust. I don't know why you're... Yeah, just shut it, you see?
Fireball.
Pull the scene. Come on. Get over here,
Yeah.
Tuk'Tuk.
Thank you for the fireball, Squiggy.
Motherfuckers!
Tuk'Tuk, get your
Fireball.
fucking ass over here.
I just imagine you just picking up Tuk'Tuk and putting him in the right map.
I'm like picking up Tuk'Tuk, putting you in the map, and then you're running back to Dryrust, and I'm like, no, you get back over. You sit there and no, you can't go play in the sand. No, it's not a sandbox. That is the desert. Okay, that is definitely the wrong one. Why are you over there? Get over here.
Wait, remember what I talked about? Remember, Tuk'Tuk has no sense of direction.
For destroying several octopuses of eyes, I will remove the use of your
Can-
paltry too.
Oh,
you see now?
I can see again. Yes, I can
Okay.
see again.
Tuk'Tuk, you realize you were so scared for a moment because you couldn't see anything, and you like looked around and you were terrified. You realized that in the scuffle, your scarf like ended up in front of your eyes, and you like pull it down, and you look around at your friends, and then there's like a hang on, let me see if I can do a.
Poor Tuk'Tuk.
Poor Tuk'Tuk.
Yeah,
I said,
when your scarf was in front of your face, you just start screaming.
Oh, well, I'll scream.
yeah, like I got hit. Like,
Yes, I do
one
need to
point,
rage.
And it just starts.
Tuk'Tuk is having issues.
He's just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Oh wow! At first I saw nothing, and now I see everything. What are we doing?
Looting. There's not much on these
looting.
two.
Oh,
There's a poison vial and a portable ram.
you have to be near the dead body too. Like,
I already looted the poison.
oh, okay.
I can trade it to you, though.
I was going to check if it's like the same poison from the vial that I got.
You can go ahead and make a medicine check.
Oh yeah. Mm,
17.
17.
This is a basic poison. It was nothing close to the wyvern or really strong purple worm poison. It's just
Okay.
easy.
Alrighty. And then, as for the little, stuff, like, was there anything in the cages?
In the cages,
unlocked-
nope. It was just manacles and chains attached to the wall. These looked like prison cells.
Golby, did you need more chains?
No, I think I have plenty right now.
Yes, right now, but what about later?
Wink
We'll see
wonk.
as the need comes up. I'm going to start heading out of the temple now that we've fought the spider room.
Mm-hmm.
I just like how you screaming is what brought the spiders.
We're not going to focus on that.
All right.
It's not my fault.
My fault, I was just trying to use magic to figure out what the hell was going on.
Screaming magic.
Hmm.
As you
And
step
yes-
outside. Oh, yes, Tuk'Tuk.
I was just really curious about the statue again. I don't sense anything on it. I mean, I don't have magic sense or anything, but just in general from it, it's just plain statue.
You study the face of it. I want you to just roll a percentile for me, also known as a D100.
Mm. I wish it was 10 more.
You study the face of the statue, and it's like a little crumbled, a little rough in places. But you don't recognize them. You look around the pedestal, there's no secret compartments or anything. As you step away, knowing for sure that there is nothing there, you get a slight chill down your back as you turn your head around and your eyes meet with the eyes of the statue, it staring off into space, just like it was carved. Just a slight chill down your spine. Kind of puff up your feathers Maybe you're still feeling cold from when you were down below before coming up here into the sweltering hot 90-degree weather. As you step outside, you notice that the light of day is slowly getting dimmer. Got most likely a couple of hours before you hit nightfall. But the noises of the jungle echoing all around feels very akin to how you first heard them in Dryrust, but a lot more, a lot closer. You are clearly within the thick of the jungle. As you walk down the stairs of this ziggurat, surrounded by tall trees, the very tip of the ziggurat just barely not making it past the upper canopy of the jungle trees. You look down and you see a small campsite. A burnt-out campfire, a couple of tents, some bedrolls are all set and look previously slept in.
Huh.
What do you all do?
So we're like, we're here.
You're in the thick of the Jungle of Jardune, unsure as to exactly where you are within.
Yai's gonna investigate the camp that was set and just see if there's any useful information.
Let's see.
I'm just gonna follow Yai'ral.
Other than maybe like a nature check, would investigation work just to kind of surrounding area, stuff like that?
What are you attempting to look for?
Maybe just kind of like pinpoint kind of what's around us, if there's like specific things, like if there's a river, if there's a trail, if there's stuff like that.
Okay, make a perception check for me.
Alrighty.
Yai'ral, as you head down the large stone steps, clack, hitting against the large stones, you walk up to the campsite. The fire has been cold for quite a while. The tents inside have several bugs and a couple of small critters within, seemingly making this their new shelter. As you look over them, Yai'ral, make an investigation check.
Okay.
Tuk'Tuk, as you look around and listen, you kind of close your eyes, trying to block out the sounds of the surrounding jungle. You close your mind off to everything, and you just focus. Water. You're trying to find a stream, a trail. If you can get to the large river, you know that you'll be able to get out of here. Dryrust is right on the river. Follow it down through the jungle, and you're there. And you listen. And listen. Just hoping to hear. Water. Not too far. A little ways north north by northeast of you. And then you hear it. You're able to hear it and follow it. The river is on the north side of you.
So we would be kind of going this direction?
It would be going north.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
So over okay.
But through the thick and dense jungle, it is going to be quite an arduous trek. You recall that if this is the temple that you were supposed to go to in that advertisement that you were supposed to escort that archaeologist to, then it's a 3-day walk back to town. But if you were to find that river, maybe create a raft or something that could ride along the water, you might be able to make it back to town within 1 day, if it goes fast enough. Yai'ral.
Wait, we were supposed to take the archaeologist with us to...
Yep, through the jungle into the temple.
I don't know if you guys can hear, my brain just slowly working. I'm just where the fuck's the archaeologist? I'm wait a minute, my brain is connecting dots now very slowly. Wait a minute, we were there. Where is everything?
We haven't found
You would also remember Tuk'Tuk, since money is so prevalent in your mind. That archaeologist owes you 850 gold pieces for this shit.
Tuk'Tuk is slowly just head empty for a hot second, piecing together just the math lady meme, but it's just archaeologist going through the temple. It's and then pauses at money, and it's Tuk'Tuk's money. That bitch.
That bitch owes me $2.
I want my money.
Yai'ral, as you glance over the tents, you notice that all three of them, stitched into them, have the initials AZ.
Oh my god, like the guy from Pokemon.
How do I ban you from this Discord call?
Oh.
Well, it could be that that journal you found belonged to said archaeologist. It seems that these tents are owned by the same individual in question, AZ.
I mean, one would conclude that, seeing as it's just too coincidental to not align.
That was my thoughts.
So, he basically went to the temple, probably escorting him. Something happens. We wake up, not really remembering what we actually did, and he's not here. And he hasn't paid us.
Paid. I knew that was going to be the next big thing. I was waiting for it. Oh, so good. I love your character.
Husky.
All of you bird folk is so focused on money.
It is shiny. You are also shiny, but I'm not interested.
Oh, ow. That might be the first time that someone ever said that to you, Golby.
I just kind of stutter over my words and then ultimately just walk away.
Just
Have you guys seen that one like clip from The Amazing World of Gumball where he's just sitting there like,
Oh, 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 yeah.
that is exactly what Golby does in that situation.
Yai'ral, the last thing that you find hidden inside one of the tents is a piece of rope, and as you look over, the tent is kind of next to a tree. The rope runs up the tree, and hanging from the tree seems to be a large sack that is tied to the rope.
Huh. She's gonna just cut the rope and catch
As
the...
you do
is a stab sack like pinata.
You catch the sack?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Make a strength check.
Come on, you're so strong.
I am not strong, which is the funny part about this. I am not strong. Let's see how this goes. There we go.
One.
Oh,
Oh god.
oh.
You cut the sack, hold out your hands, and you kind of miscalculated where you were standing. The sack whacks you in the head. Both Golby and Tuk'Tuk, you turn as you hear this crunch. You see both legs fly up straight into the air, thud onto your back, with the sack just covering your face as you squirm trying to get it off your head.
Oh. I thought you strong.
Take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Tuk'Tuk does not even try to move it at all. Tuk'Tuk just decides to cut the sack open. As it's still on your roll.
As you take the knife and quickly slice it through the canvas bag, it falls in kind of like two halves on either side of Yai'ral's face, and you're able to push the bag off your head. And as you breathe in for a moment, you turn around at this bag that clearly just... and inside of it, there is 14 days worth of rations for a single person. Or 2 days worth of rations for 7.
Yeah. Can we split the food evenly? Just like the currency?
You can all take 4 days worth of rations, and then there would be 2 days worth of rations left over.
Cool.
She like rubs her nose, grumbling under her breath.
Oh no, your nose is squished up to your face. Oh wait, it's always like that. Hey, luckily there wasn't much cartilage to break, right?
Yeah, no. Makes me wonder if Githyanki can get broken noses.
I'm gonna use Healing Word on Yai'ral's face.
Specifically her face.
Specifically her face, yes.
Okay, you hear, as you say your healing word, you watch as her nose kind of moves away from her face a little bit as you just hear as it snaps back into place.
I'm going to roll to do healing to Yai'ral. Heal those points
Fully
of damage
healed.
off of her.
I am going to
Thank
let
you.
you two have the extra 2 rations because you are friends. And you have a boo-boo face. I'm so sorry,
I have a
girl.
boo-boo face.
Boo-boo phase. Boo-boo keys.
All right. So, is there anything else you're doing within this camp, or are you going to proceed onwards, whether it is towards the river or trying to figure out your bearings?
Uh, can I tell which of the tents probably belong to the archaeologist?
All of them have the
Oh.
name or the
Mm.
initials of AZ stitched into them.
Mm. Is there possibly a way for me to tell if, like, specifically if they were the, like, if they stayed in that specific tent?
Each of the tents is kind of all covered in bugs. Like these
Ugh.
tents haven't been slept in for probably a couple of days.
We were in that place for a couple of days? That's time I
Presumably.
will never get back. I involuntarily molted my poor little feathers in a pit. We were attacked by spiders, and we still were not paid.
I'm surprised we weren't eaten by whatever took those people out.
I
You've
guess
had
we're
a
not good snacks.
you've had a rough couple of days, haven't you, Eastic?
Mm-hmm.
Well, do we want to make our way back to town if we can?
Probably wise.
Recuperate.
Tuk'Tuk
and
might know the
figure out-
way.
Well then, let's let the bird lead.
Let's
Okay.
see. Using my knowledge of cartography, because I do have let's see, proficiency and tools for cartographers and navigators tools. Would I be able to tell? Would I be able to recall which direction Dryrust is in, generally speaking?
Easily enough, even without a roll, you would know that if you're in the thick of the jungle, Dryrust is going to be pretty much west.
Alright.
But whether you are more north, more south, little hard to tell. You do know that Dryrust does lie right on the bank of the river.
Well, go ahead and lead the way, Tuk'Tuk, if you have an idea of which direction we need to go.
Okay, we shall go north. Along the river. Should I do...
As you all trek northward through the jungle, you push along through the thicket, taking swords, daggers, knives, cutting your way through extra thick grasses, vines, plants, tripping over roots, but pushing your way through the jungle, arriving right beside a absolutely freaking massive river.
Good find.
Well then.
Most likely, this is one of the kind of offshoots of the river, as when the river enters into the Jungle of Jardune, it splits in a multitude of directions, but all of them do converge at Dryrust, cutting through the kind of shelf of the island. This river that you're on looks to be maybe about 40 feet across at this current point. Looking around, you see plenty of trees, bamboo, as well as a well-trodden boar path that is leading alongside the edge of the river.
Boar path? Shall we boar path?
Probably wise.
I'm down.
We're gonna boar path it.
Okay?
Yep.
As you travel along, the day and the light that shines through these trees begins to dim. As you through, the sounds of the forest and jungle change. Quieter. The rushing of the river lessened as you kind of come to a choke point on said river. Following along it, the thick of the jungle being cut through by each one of you as you push your way through each particular path. Tuk'Tuk and Yai'ral, it is getting a little too dark for you to see. However, up ahead, you do notice some kind of light that seems to be flickering and shimmering in the distance. Perhaps it's another campsite, a fire. As all of you rush forward through the jungle, the river turning and bending. I believe did I pull everyone to the scene? Get over here, people. What's going on?
It's loading.
Picking us up.
It's loading.
Scene.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
It won't let me move until we're loaded in.
Okay. Let's hope it loads quickly.
It's chilling.
Oh! See Yai'ral's on it.
Yes, I am.
Still loading.
I'm not very surprised, but I am slightly upset.
I'm just saying, technology doesn't like our group.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm in.
Oh, I think we got everyone. Okay.
Everyone's here. Yay.
Darkness.
Yes. Tuk'Tuk and Yai'ral, it is a little too dark for you to see. Do you just push towards where the light is, or are you going to try and supply some kind of light for yourselves?
I will cast light.
Darkness impersonating me. All that I am, all that I see.
Either that, or I might be like, I have black screen again. I'm just gonna wait.
Can you see now?
Yep. I can.
I can't.
No!
It's okay. Maybe it will just happen. It will just do it. It will fix itself. I see everybody's like little like titles again, just like whirling around, and I'm just like, okay. It's okay. This is why I have stream open. I can use stream to guide me.
That's
That's
pretty fair.
I mean,
feel free to step forward.
Tuk'Tuk can only see about as much as I can, so.
Golby, why are you in the water?
Going for a
You're
swim.
in the river.
I am
I'm
under the
blind.
water.
I'm going to just
I am under the
like. Okay, let's see.
Hello? How are
Okay,
you?
according to stream,
I
I
am
just
under
moved
the water.
myself.
Yep.
Well, as you wander forward, you see sight thousands of fireflies fluttering, flitting around, these beautiful giant lilies floating in this slower part of the river.
Huh.
It's peaceful. They flit and flutter, they blink like a galaxy of warm-colored stars reflecting off the water below them.
I was thinking, God needs to drag me for I cannot see.
There you go.
Too bad.
I can move myself, thank you.
Oh, fine. Sorry, here.
You would not believe your
10
eyes.
million fireflies.
Fireflies. Mhm.
Wow. Totally
Right?
love how this looks.
My God, just try reloading. Jesus. Well, you know what? It might actually be a good point. As you hit this wonderful lit up part, you see there are a few very large that are sticking up next to the river. A couple of clear areas here and there. Might be a pretty good place to set up camp.
Probably a wise idea. After all, it is very dark right now.
Darkness everywhere.
Could I have
Indeed.
everybody make a perception check?
At least I can still roll. I think. You said perception?
Yes.
At least I can still roll.
Yo, I got a 13.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
I don't see anything, but I perceived so good. Oh, I see everything now. It's pretty.
Yay!
Yay! Let's go. Okay.
How did
Well, you know, I'm really happy with these because the fireflies are actually a part of the map itself.
It's
Yeah.
so pretty. I love it.
Thank you. This
also
took me
like
a
how
long ass
after-
time.
I also like how after I roll perception pretty decently,
You're
my
able to
screen
see.
Oh, welcome back.
That's amazing.
Welcome back,
Okay.
Mirror. Yep, we're running on Foundry.
You round all three of you. As you're watching, you notice a small cluster of fireflies over by this lily here suddenly disappear as a vine reaches up from around the lily, grabs a handful of them, it sticks to the vine, and then retracts under the water. You hear a slight slurping and crunching noise. Just this,
Ugh.
like...
Ugh.
I don't know if that came across. I forgot.
No, that did.
turn off.
It was gross.
Tuk'Tuk just
It's a
goes,
frog.
oh my god, it's nature.
I love Tuk'Tuk. Oh my god, it's nature. You missed a lot in 2 hours. It's a lot, yeah. Don't worry, I
As
will
you
be.
Absolute crunching. You notice heads out of the water. This plant-like lizard creature dips their head up out of the water and attempts to reach out very slowly their tongue towards more fireflies.
Oh my god, it's the circle of life.
Very quickly, 2 more of them appear and growl and hiss at it as they are reaching for the same fireflies. And they kind of slap him over as they wander and wade through the water to hit these dense clusters of fireflies. This one almost seeming scolded for eating those fireflies, glance over to see a new tasty meal. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Tuk'Tuk don't want to sleep here anymore. Tuk'Tuk also scared for Sparkly Friend because Tuk'Tuk sparkles like fireflies.
Well, there we go. That is session 1 of the Gates of Ramdahl. Thank you all for coming and listening. I feel like, we can wrap up, chat a little bit longer, but I feel like that was a pretty good session.
That was a good session, yeah. We're sitting at just shy of 3.5 hours. I'm sorry you came back, Mir, and we're basically wrapping up. I will be posting these on... You can always watch, I think, the playback on my channel. I will also be posting them on YouTube and making the link live probably next week. Kind of do like Critical Role does.
And if anybody has any requests for disgusting, gross monster sounds, send them my way. I'll give it a shot.
Those were pretty nasty. We actually had 1 nat 20 and 1 nat 1.
Like, literally, I have a puffed up bag of popcorn that I started chewing on the outside of it for that.
Oh, I hate that. I hate it. Oh, no.
So,
I hate
if
that.
you watch the playback eventually, so Akuma did get a nat 1.
Yep.
And it was just for, like, a strength thing, and I was kind of just like, oh, no, you're strong, and it's just like, oh, never mind.
Strength check. Took a bag to the face.
Strength check. Get domed, kid.
I'm a wizard. I'm not strong.
I think
In
I
the
just
basement
straight up
rolling
forgot.
dice. I'm a
I just
wizard.
straight up forgot.
Time. Fireball.
But just wait. I'll be able to cast it one day.
I think a part of me totally just didn't think of it because I was like, oh, you can carry a longsword. You strong as heck.
I can carry a longsword because I'm a good Yankee.
You should use a longsword.
Exactly.
Should I just close out of Foundry, or is there like a way to log out?
Yeah, if you just close out of Foundry, you'll be all set. I'm going to sync up everybody's character sheets to D&D Beyond, so
Tuk'Tuk
it
cast
should
stab.
change your hit points, it should change your spell slots used.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually get to use any spell slots. Maybe I'll get to use some here.
I believe Golby used all 4 first-level spell slots, so at least we got 2 second-level spell slots to work with.
Yep. I've been rolling with cantrips right now. Yeah.
Did I cast stab? Oh, I was stabby. I was also really flanky.
Yeah.
So proud of myself.
You did a good job.
And then my screen glitched, so I was blind for a hot second.
It was
Twice.
Funny. Twice.
Twice.
Happened more than once. All right, so anyone have any questions about our characters? or anything like
I
that?
don't even know.
I'm gonna put the art back up because I can.
Because now it's not distracting everyone.
Yes. Just for giggles. It's too funny.
Shoots and gaggles.
Yep.
Or gits and shiggles, everybody.
Gits and shiggles indeed.
Gits and shiggles, baby. I love both getting and shigging.
I'm just like wondering in our like little amnesia moment, I'm just kind of wondering like what the heck happened? How did we get here? What happened to like Golby's like one night stand? Did we also accidentally kill him? I don't know. Who knows what happened within those like several hours?
It's hard to say. Well, maybe we'll find out. Who knows?
But most importantly, we did not get paid. We should be paid for our work, guys.
We did not get paid.
Minimum wage is not enough.
I mean,
we didn't even get minimum wage for this. Technically speaking, we didn't get any wage for this.
I mean, technically we did because we stole money off of all of the dead people.
You'll catch an action this early on. Well, I mean, look at the bard. I'm holding a party. Yeah, he's gorgeous. He's very pretty.
I mean, bruh, he wanted to smash, like, as soon as I said that I liked men, he was like...
He wants smash.
He said, here's my room number, and I was like, oh, hell yeah.
That's what you get when you have a bard in the party.
This strong-ass man scratched a room number into a plank of wood with his fingers alone, and then slid it over to me.
Yeah,
that guy, he was like, hard as fuck.
Yes. I was like, I'm gonna have to do something about
yeah.
In the words of Mike Myers from Wayne's World, swing.
I was kind of just thinking that the date that just the whatever I sent in chat, that was the flirting eyes. It's the dummy, right?
Shawing.
I wish we could have played like dating start from Undertale.
Unfortunately, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I only have Sirenscape. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It's all good.
But also, I'm actually allowed to use Sirenscape because I fucking paid for it.
Yep.
One of my favorite fun facts was there was a YouTuber who used dating start in a lot of his videos, and like a lot of people who sponsored him were like, that's copywritten music. So he reached out to Toby Fox, and Toby Fox was like, I mean, yeah, it's fine to use it, but like also everything I used to make that was like royalty-free stuff online, so hypothetically you could remake it and just use that.
I don't know if we have the time in the day to do.
Yeah, truth there.
Would you call it companionship begin?
Fucking begin.
Fucking begin.
Fucking commence. Fucking commence is what it would be.
Fucking commence. I don't want to know how they would spell commence.
With a U, obviously.
I said I didn't want to know.
You were implying.
Engage relationship. Here's the other
Engage
A.
relationship. Yar, me mateys, engage the relationship so we can chase after the booty.
The booty.
I'm the one who's a swashbuckler.
Tuk'Tuk is a swashy.
Yeah.
He's a little swashy.
Little
He's a
swashbuckler.
little swashy with his little legs.
Little swashy that can't roll high on initiative rolls, even though you got the highest initiative bonus.
I know! What is up? Oh my god, that was so embarrassing. And I was on Twitch, and that's so embarrassing.
Yeah, one of those spiders got a nat 20 for initiative.
Damn.
I love
my
that.
God.
That's
That
funny.
little fucking bastard.
I'm just gonna assume the two giant spiders were the two moms. Those spiders had two moms, and like that spider was like, yeah, I could avenge my moms, but not really.
Commence advanced stalking maneuvers.
Yo, I love docking.
Docking sequence.
Initiated.
ADM. Initiated. Docking countdown in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my lord.
Docking complete. Proceeding to undock and redock rapidly. And then they hit you with the whole
No. All right. Well, that is 3.5 hours. I unfortunately do have to work in the morning, so we are going to say good night, everyone. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for joining the shenanigans of our first D&D sesh. Let's see if there's anyone I can raid out to.
we will be back next week just around the same time.
Yup.
Maybe a little bit earlier if people are available too.
We will see. Also, it's going to be St. Patty's Day, so I'm going to have drinks.
Oh,
you should have a redeem to make you talk in an Irish accent.
I could do... does it have to be Irish? I'm not as good at the Irish one.
It's St. Patty's Day.
It's St. Patty's Day.
Like, honestly, I'm just curious, would you like to just DM the whole session in an Irish accent?
I
Drinks.
think Kiby should. I think that would be beautiful.
Well, hello there, all you lads and lasses. You're fighting these weird, strange lizard plant things. I need you to roll initiative.
Dungeons and Dragons and
What's
drink.
up, everybody?
Yes.
It's Jacksepticeye.
He crushes a Guinness and high fives you in the face for 10 points of damage. They decide to grow lucky clovers all over them, giving themselves advantage on their next attack roll.
Oh, dude, stop. Get more
God.
bold than usual. That would be great.
Oh my goodness.
Only if you make it to the end of the rainbow.
Yes.
Yep, only then.
Yes. 100%.
Hi there, I'm a leprechaun. My name is Schmickledorf. And I am here to get me gold, but only if you can answer me riddles.
You have to answer me riddles 3.
What is your name?
Tis Yai'ral.
Oinks, man, I'm totally Irish. What's your quest?
Like Scoob, I don't think I like this anymore.
What if he's in there and we're out here, then he's in there and then we're in there and he's out here, but I'm just wondering, where's the Yeti?
Boy, am I glad that he's in there and like that we're out here and that we're in there and he's out here. And I just remembered he's in there. But like what I want to know is where's the caveman?
It was the caveman, that's what it was.
All right.
You take a deep swig of alcohol. Make a constitution saving throw. Oh, you failed. That's going to be 10 points of poison damage. Oh, but you've got the Dublin background. Oh, so you're going to take half damage on alcohol poisoning.
Oh, but you did go
God
to the
forbid. God
You did go to
forbid
the glass
anyone is.
on the experience.
All right. I think I'm just gonna raid Dats. So.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Oi to talk. Oh.
All right. All right. So yeah, we're going to be back next Sunday with more D&D and more shenaniganeries of this group of 3 chuckle fucks. It's going to be wonderful. We will be starting around 8 to 8:15, depending on availability. If we decide to start earlier, I will notify people in the Discord server. So if you're not a part of my Discord server, here is that link. And you guys can, always poke me and see my my announcements there. Yeah, I can tell my brain's shutting off. I'm like, I can't words right now.
Me no brain good.
Me no brain good.
Just make sure that you smash that like button in the face like a boss and high five something. We'll see how you do in the next session.
In the next session, indeed. Bye, everyone. See you next week.
Shit, I was a week early.